Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my sofrito recipe. Really quickly, what sofrito is, it is an aromatic blend that Puerto Ricans use in their dishes. Now I know other cultures use it, so if you do use sofrito, I'd love to know your recipes in the comments. Just let me know what you do differently. But today I'm going to be sharing you my recipe. And what we do with this blend is we use it in recipes like our rice, beans, meat, soups, veggies. This seasoning blend can really elevate your dish and make it taste absolutely amazing. I also love to use this in my ground beef throughout the week. Whenever I have a salad and I want to just cook up some ground beef, love to just throw a little bit of this inside of it. And what I do is I actually freeze this for months so that I can have this for all of my recipes, and then I remake it in bulk whenever I am ready to. To be honest, I'm just using what I have around the house. I had 1/4 of this huge heirloom tomato left, so I'm using that, and it's about the size of a Roma tomato. I also have 4 bunches of cilantro that are all about this size that I got from Aldi. And then I have 1 white onion here that I just cut up because we're just going to be throwing it in the blender anyways. And then I have 2 cloves of garlic. I would have used 3 cloves, but like I said, I'm just using what I have around the house. And then I have 1 big bell pepper. Today I'm using a red bell pepper. If I only have an orange pepper around or a green pepper, I'll just use that. It's whatever I decide, but red is my favorite, so I usually have red peppers around. I also have a couple little cherry tomatoes that I have left over, so I'm just going to be using that in the recipe as well. So, like I said, this is going to be with what I have around the house. You guys, this recipe is so versatile, and I'll be honest, in the real authentic recipe, you also use culantro. Culantro is another type of herb. When I first heard about it, I thought it was just cilantro that they just spelled wrong, but it's another type of herb. It's delicious to have in the recipe as well, but my store didn't have that. So I'm just using cilantro, and it's still absolutely delicious. But if you do have a Korean store near you or an Asian store that holds it, some type of store that has it, definitely use it. It is amazing. Before we get into the recipe today, I did want to share with you that on my channel, I do recipes, homemaking, vlogs, and I even have guests come on and talk about things like being married and a lot of different things like that. So if that interests you, then definitely subscribe, and I'd love to have you guys in the community. So with that being said, let's get right into the sofrito recipe that I use. So what I'm first going to do is wash all of the herbs and vegetables that I'm using. I'm now going to cut all of the veggies, and honestly, when I was cutting these, I completely forgot that I was going to be putting them in the blender, so I cut them smaller than I had to, but it's alright. As I'm cutting the garlic, I do this trick where I smash them. I don't know if anyone else does this. I know I'm not like original or anything, but I smash all the garlic and then the shells come off really easily, so might be something to try if you haven't already. And yes, your hands will probably smell like garlic after this unless you get the already opened garlic. Now I'm cutting my onion. And this heirloom tomato was just a beautiful, huge tomato, and there ended up being about 1/4 left of it, so that's what I'm using today. Usually I would just use 1 tomato or 2 depending on how much I'm making. And after that, it's this simple, guys. I just put everything in the blender. And what I do is I make sure to put the tomatoes, onions, the red pepper, everything in there first before I put the cilantro in. And you'll see me putting a little bit of cilantro in it, but I make sure to put that all at the bottom, and here's why. It's because all the liquid will come out from the tomato, and the pepper, and it'll just make blending with the cilantro so easy. So make sure that you put all those vegetables on the bottom instead of the top. It'll make your life so much easier. This was the first time that I tried it like this, and I was just so happy with my results. Usually I have to stop it multiple times and try to scrape the cilantro off the sides and do it better. So this was just so perfect. I like to blend in cycles, so I'll do a little bit of cilantro at a time. Usually I would make more in bulk at a time, but like I said, I'm just using all the ingredients that I have laying around the house so that I can make this for the week. After it's done blending, it looks like this, and that is how simple this recipe is, you guys. And what I do is I put a little bit away in a little jar that my husband and I can use in a couple days, and then the rest I'll put in this plastic bag to put in the freezer. And I have this for weeks. It depends on how many recipes we use with it, but really we use it almost every single day. And I'm telling you, it will make your food taste so amazing. I keep the bag skinny so that it's easy to break apart when I'm using it in recipes. Definitely follow along to learn more Puerto Rican recipes and to see more from me. Bye guys!